Nate, let's start with you. Career high, 26 points. How did that feel? Were you feeling pretty good from the start?
Yeah, it just came to me, just taking the good shots that my teammates gave me. So.
Kobe, I mean, we've seen him have some big games this year, but that was his best so far. What did you think of that?
Man, it was just crazy to see, just because like he came from a situation, where he wasn't really playing, and it's like for him to be able to do this, like I've been knew him, I knew he's always been capable of doing it, but just to see him, actually do it, it was great to see.
And you yourself came out shooting strong, just like the last game. Is that just off-season work paying off? I mean, where's your shot at right now?
It's just trying to build up with consistency, just every game, every practice, just trying to focus on the little things, help my team win. That's what it is.
Nate, did you ever figure out or were you told why you not get more playing time at Pitt?
No, I kind of just took it, I just continued to try to work hard and practice every day, and just try to do whatever I could in that situation.
You guys have shot 50% or better now 3 times. And I think that first game of the year we asked, are you worried about your shooting? You guys aren't worried now, right? I mean, how everybody's making them. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever a worry of ours. I think it was just like a matter of getting used to like playing, and everybody's coming from different places, so they had to kind of get adjusted to playing here in the arena, and just kind of getting the feel of playing with each other. We had a lot of guys out during the summer, and then people came back, and so it's a lot of new phases at the same time. But I think building a level of consistency, and we're doing really good. Just playing off each other, and any night could be anybody's night. So we try to just stay focused on the goal, and whatever comes with it, it's part of it.
Kobe, can you talk about having all these new players around? How was it? Just a new breath of fresh air, though.
No, I mean it feels good. I think the coaches did like a great job of recruiting in the summer, and just the fact that not only they're great players, but they're great human beings. So off the court, we all bond great, and I feel like that's the biggest reason why on the court, we play so well together. And the coaches also did a really good job of putting us in situations this summer where we kind of had to lean on each other's back and spend time with each other and things of that nature. So once the team chemistry is good, everything on the court comes easy.
Nate, when you weren't playing, was there anybody at Pitt that kept because sometimes players wander when they're not playing. Was there anybody there that kind of kept your head in the game?
Yeah, I would hear from some different coaches, and then my teammates would help me out and kind of tell me to stay ready, to keep working and stuff like that.
Are you feeling more at home here at the arena now? Are the rims feeling a little softer?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Kobe, how many threes would you say you practiced today?
You said a day? Oh man, I try to get 500 makes on the all day.
500.
But like with practice, we would do swimming practice. Sometimes stay after practice and shooting. It's just like I said, it's just about getting consistency and making sure that the shot stays the same no matter what situation I'm in. And I think to this point, it's worked out pretty well. I told him earlier though, I was like, man, he might have a better shot than me. It's not often that I play with somebody that can shoot better than me, but it's good, just to have another person that can shoot at that level. I think it brings a lot of problems to the opposing team.
Does that become an identity of this team, the 3-point shot?
Yeah, I think definitely, since like even when I was out this summer, like I think that's something that we all kind of saw, that everybody on the team is pretty much able to shoot the ball and shoot it pretty well. So I think it's one of our biggest weapons, and I think we're doing a good job of using it.
Nate, what factors brought you here to Dayton?
They recruited me out of high school, so I was familiar with the coaches before, and then just building a relationship with the coaches, and on my visit, hanging out with the guys and stuff, it just felt like home. So it felt like a great fit.
Was that cool? The halftime. I think you guys left the locker room a little early for that. Did you guys know you were going to do that?
Yeah, I actually had no idea. When we came out, we kind of just saw, all these great, former players. I had this jersey on one time, so it's just good to see, like people coming back, and the whole arena really in our team for supporting those guys. They were a big part of just this culture and Dayton in total. So it was good to see get that recognition.
Coach Grant talk about that team at all, or tell you about that team at all? No. Did you know he was on that team though?
I heard he was a freshman, I think, on that team.
Yeah.
Have you guys met Coach Donaher before, his former coach? He was out there?
Yeah. He, during the summer, he came to, like, I think 2 practices.
Yeah.
And, you know, throughout the years that I've been here, I've seen him a couple times, too.
Nate, as someone new to the program, what does that, being a part of that history now yourself, what does that mean, knowing those great past teams?
Yeah, it's awesome to see that, obviously they came back and were able to watch us. That's great support. That they were a great team and they're still coming back and supporting us. So it was really nice to meet them, and see them.
Coach Grant looked like about the youngest guy out there, didn't he?
Have you met Roosevelt Chapman's name at all? He's the
I heard he's like the all-time leading scorer.
yeah,
Right?
very good.
Yes,
We're
he
doing some
is.
trivia here, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up to date.
Well, you've been around 4 years now, so.
You
I
wouldn't have seen,
definitely heard his name.
you wouldn't have seen the ball.
He was putting them up a lot.
That NCAA tournament success they had, I mean, that's a long way out for this team, but that's something you guys all aspire to, right? I mean, to get there. Yeah.
Anything else for the fellas?
Quick thing. I know I've heard once or twice Splash Brothers thrown around. I think today kind of, I think was a little introduction for our fans to see it. Can you just talk a little bit about Splash Brothers and where that comes from and why you guys have kind of taken that on?
So I know Nate for a couple of years now. We was in the same AAU team, but he didn't play due to injuries, which is also cool because me being out this summer and talking to him about his whole process with the injury, it was good to have somebody that going through it. And then I think it was Coach Kane was the first one. Like we know we was good shooters, we played together and practice. We're like, yeah, like whenever we on the court together, like we be putting them up. And then Coach Kane was the first one to bring it up, like, oh, the Splash Brothers, and I think he put us in a group chat and put a gif of like Curry and Clay. And so after that, we kind of just went with it, and I think we're showing that we're capable of being that. So it's good to have him on our team. Sure.
Another big one next week with UNLV. What do you remember about last year's game and having lost them last year? Does that motivate you this year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think last year that was my first game of the year, and it was just a lot going on. We had a lot of people go down that game, and I think we still did a pretty good job in the first half. Second half kind of let us slip on the way, but I think the team that we have now, I think we're more than capable of beating them. And I think we just got to stay mission focused, like I said from the beginning. They're a good team. Every team that we play this year, we got to have the same approach, and we'll be ready for them. That they have more than a week to prepare since their last game, so they'll be ready for whatever we're gonna bring at them. But I think we have a really good chance.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's ready.
Well, I thought our guys gave a great effort tonight. I thought the first half game was really physical, good pace to it, and it was great to see our guys be able to match the intensity and take it to another level. In the first half, I thought we dominated a lot of areas, but the one area we struggled with was the rebounding. I thought in the second half did a much better job of taking care of that and showing a level of maturity with the lead that we had at the half to come out and play with a level of intensity. So I think for the most part, you guys did a really good job of sustaining that. A couple things I thought were really good for us tonight was obviously we talk a lot about having a variety of different guys that can provide offensive scoring for us and the need for us to continue to build what we're doing defensively. And I thought the guys did a really good job of understanding that tonight. Nate Santos had a great night from a shooting standpoint. His ability to impact the game in a lot of ways, I think, is being seen, 8 games into the season up to this point, with from rebounding to defending to obviously his ability to score the basketball. I think he's done a great job of that. I thought tonight, Javon Bennett really stood out to me from the standpoint that on a night where he didn't have a great individual shooting night, when you look at his numbers, he goes, I think, 1 for 7, 0 for 3 from 3, but he had 8 assists, 0 turnovers, and then he was a plus 34. That's impacting winning. You know, when you can have that type of impact on nights where, from an offensive standpoint, the things that a lot of people want to talk about and make the biggest thing, his impact was huge without the scoring. So I think that's growth as well. So overall, proud of the effort tonight.
How special was that moment with your former teammates?
Yeah, that was awesome. It was awesome. You know, obviously I don't get a chance to see, you know, a lot of those guys on a regular basis, so it was good to be able to see them. Some people I hadn't seen in years. Was able to obviously say hello. Hopefully I'll get a chance to visit with them here after the game, and then, you know, having Coach Donaher in the building, you know, for all of us is always going to be really special. You know, so for him to come out and just the appreciation that we all have for him, and I think just the Flyer faithful have for him. You know, you cherish those opportunities to let him know how much he's loved and cared for. So that was fun. I enjoyed that.
And bringing your team, your current team, to meet that team on the court, was that was that something you'd hope to do?
I mean, that just kind of happened organically, I think. I don't think anybody really had that plan, but I think it was a great honor for our guys to have a chance to get to see some of the guys that kind of laid the foundation, you know, for them, and to understand a little bit of the history, a little bit more of the history, you know, of this program.
Anthony, about that season, what do you remember most about that season? Now that was kind of a learning season for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was my freshman year, you know, so being 17 years old and you know, just getting a chance to experience college basketball, the run, you know, that we went on, you know, when you see, you know, Roosevelt Chapman and the special run that he was able to have, not only in the postseason, but really throughout the year. You know, for me, it was a great learning experience. And then guys like Ed Young and Damon Goodman and Larry Schellenberg and Cedric Toney, you know, those guys, you know, really carried us, you know, throughout the year. And Coach Butler, who I hadn't seen in a long time, was here tonight. You know, and so yeah, it brings back a lot of great memories, and just you know, really proud to have been, you know, just a small part of that and to be able to experience that with that group.
Are there any lessons from that season that you could take to your current team?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I think the thing that group did is just stayed the course and just, I think, kept getting better, you know, throughout the year, and you know, put ourselves in a position where we were able to go on that run. And maybe at the time it was an unexpected run, but you know, we felt like every game, you know, we were going to be prepared with the way the coaching staff prepared us, and if we executed what we were supposed to do, we'd have a chance to win. So, yeah, those lessons I think carry in any age.
Feel this team is getting better? I mean, was this another step in that direction?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think the thing that you know, I think we have to continue to understand is you know, we have a certain standard that we want to play to, you know, and we got to be able to do that for 40 minutes. And I thought we made steps in that direction. We weren't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I think we're making steps there. I think we showed some progress. From my eye tonight, I got to go back and watch the film, but I think we showed some progress with some things that we've talked about we need to get better at from a defensive standpoint. Right? And then I think still learning the group, and we're still looking at different combinations and seeing, you know, what the possibilities could be. And I'm excited about it. I think, you know, we still have some things that we have to do better, but I'm excited about the different possibilities.
Anthony, how is it for you to have more players this year? I mean, more depth.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal, you know, and obviously, you know, be remiss if I didn't, you know, obviously we hate losing Malachi. You know, we'd love to have him available with this group and what he brings to the table, but proud of the group that, you know, next man up mentality, and guys are understanding the roles that we're asking them to play and what they need to do within that role. And so we just got to continue to build that and believe in that and try to star in that. And I think as we do that, you know, we'll become the best version of ourselves. I think we're making steps in that direction.
Is
Yeah,
Marvell getting closer to returning?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he took a step back last week. I think he came down with some type of flu bug or something like that, so he missed some time there last week. But hopefully he's hitting himself. He's not back in practice yet, but hopefully we're getting close.
Is JN okay? I didn't see him at the game.
Yeah, he's flu bug.
Yeah.
It's just going around.
Yeah.
Anthony, how's it having your son on the team? I mean, you're probably harder on him than anybody, aren't you?
No, it's great. I think he's having a great time. You know, I think you know he's you know, obviously being a freshman and getting a chance to kind of experience college, getting a chance to be a part of a group. I think he's really enjoying it. You know, I know for me it's fun to be able to see him on a regular basis. You know, this time of year is you know really busy. So to have him around, you know, it's a blessing. So I appreciate that.
Next week's game at UNLV, that's another good opportunity for you. What do you remember about last year's game? And you know, I'm sure they got some new faces and stuff.
Yeah, you know, obviously, you know, the loss, you know, I think we ended up, you know, obviously being shorthanded with some guys. Though they, I thought, did a really good job with their physicality. Really tough team, you know, and I thought that kind of dictated the outcome in a lot of ways. So I think we'll be able to go back and look at, you know, the style of play. Obviously, probably a lot of new faces. I really haven't had a chance to look at them as of yet. But we expect it to be, you know, a great opportunity and a great challenge.
Anything else?
All right,
Thank you,
thanks,
Coach.
guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Anthony.